when you wake up in the morning, if you're a wife, you wake up earlier than everybody else, most likely together with the nanny if you have kids, and like being prepared to go to school. And then the man will wake up when breakfast is ready. His clothes are clean and ironed and laid out. The water is warm. If you're those women that like to mollycoddle their men, you will, can I bring you breakfast in bed? And things like that. And then he'll wake up, the clothes are there, the water is hot, and then he'll have a shower, and then you'll match his socks for him and make sure they are not torn, and his shoes are polished. And then when he's walking out the door, he knows he's going to drive a car, but somehow he left the keys in the house. So you remind him, oh, here are your keys, oh, and here's your lunch, I prepared it for you. And then he drives to work, and then he gets in the office, and maybe there's a tea girl, and maybe there's someone who, like, I can't remember her name, the lady that's there in banking, said about the women in the office that are serving the other men. So someone will bring him tea and will be nice and will listen to his troubles. So he'll have an office wife or girlfriend, and then someone will talk to him through lunch. And then in the evening, he'll go home, and when he gets home, you, the wife, will welcome him at the door and take his coat off and take his laptop bag or whatever, or his briefcase. Make sure he takes his shoes off. Oh, there's water there. His favorite drink, cool or hot, there. And then the children, you keep them away. Don't disturb your father. Here's a remote, be comfortable. And then he goes to bed. Then the woman is left there picking up after everything else, the toys, the cleaning up, making sure laundry is done, or chores for tomorrow, shopping, etc., things like that. Now, you're doing all those things at the beginning of your day, at the end of your day, and then during the office hours to some man in the office, and then you're still competing on equal terms, doing the same tasks he's doing. Aren't you exhausted? Like, aren't you freaking tired? Why are you doing that to yourself? You cannot get work-life balance if you're working 24 hours a day. You barely have time to sleep. But you're the last person to sleep in the house, it's midnight. And you're the first person to wake up at 5 or 4:30 together with the nanny. Stop doing that to yourself. You will not rest, and everything will become, you will become irritable. Everything at work, with your kids, with your friends, with your families, your relationships. You're going to get tired. Don't do that to yourself. So this is me telling you, also get a wife. You too, get a wife. And if you're not going to get a wife, then treat yourself, especially if you're working full-time also in the office, treat yourself the way you treat your husband or your spouse or equivalent. Give yourself rest. Things that can be outsourced, outsource them. Things that are not yours to do, don't take that crap. Don't do it. It's not yours to do, don't do it. If it's your job description, don't go over and above to do things that have nothing to do with the work for which you've been employed. If it's CSR, fine. But when it's about pandering to the male gender in the office, and you're competing on the same levels, don't do it. And when you go home, and tell your spouses, it's not helping with the housework, it's not helping with the babies, it's not babysitting. They're your children, bring them up, that's your work too.